Welcome to the Nagual Zone. I am Anaam. Today we are talking about a path with heart, or the path with heart. If you're fortunate, it's the path with heart. If you are not that fortunate, it's at least a path with heart. Today I'll tell you 3 points. Well, there are more than 3, but 3 main ones. They, as with usual with the warrior's way, they escalate in difficulty. The first one, the second one escalates in difficulty, and the third one is very difficult. You'll know why when I delineate these points. A path with heart is a topic that should concern you. It really is a bad state of affairs for you if a path with heart is not a topic that concerns you. That is bad news for you, right? If you have any shred of dignity in you as a human being, let alone a warrior, as a human being, you will be extremely concerned about this topic, because the alternative for you is what you're living now, which is the life of a worker drone for the parasite predator. You get paid. Even beggars make more money than you. I can assure you of this. Beggars and buskers make more money than you. And they slave a lot less, and they're masters of their own fate, actually. But you're not. You piss when your boss tells you to piss. That's your fate. You have agreed. It's indentured slavery. And so if a path with heart is not concerning you, the more pity for you, you know? You are no good to yourself, you're no good to those around you, and you are living a life of incessant damage control. Barely, with your nostrils barely above water, constantly in danger of drowning. Is this why you were born? Do you think this existence, an existence of silent desperation, be honest now, don't lie to yourself, silent desperation, nowhere to turn, nowhere to go, tried everything. Is this the life you were born to live? I ask you right now. Look at yourself in the mirror and ask this question: is this the life I was born to live? The life of a slave? And I agree to this prostitution. I agree to it. I say yes to prostitution. Isn't that amazing? That your incredible luminosity, the parasite has managed to reduce to a state of a prostitute, really. Don't you think that's a very sorry state of affairs? So let's talk about a path with heart. Hopefully this will inspire you. It'll definitely give you knowledge. I'll give you 3 points, very, very clear. You need to work up to all 3 should be ticked for you to be able to qualify whatever it is you're interested in as a path with heart. First point. Your path with heart, whatever it is, whether you are into manufacturing matchsticks or playing golf, or you like to fly kites, whatever floats your boat, or raise chickens. The first point is your path with heart must be in service. No. Not in service to others. As warriors, remember, we don't give a, it's not in service of others. It's in service for something bigger than you. That doesn't mean others. Others are a part of that service, but that service must be to something bigger than you. A divine force, the force that controls all, in service to something bigger than you. Your path with heart must clearly show life evidence of a paradigm in your head that says that my offering, whatever it is in service to something bigger than me and mine, I, me, mine. That's the first, and these points escalate in difficulty. This is difficult enough for the average man to come out of their bubble of self-importance and self-obsession. It's nearly impossible anyway to do that. So that is why this is a warrior's task. A path with art isn't for the average man. It just isn't. Just because you've done a triple PhD in some bullshit topic means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You won Nobel Prize? You're a bitch to the system. That's all you get to be. You've done nothing with your life worthy of impressing a warrior. You're a big shot celebrity, musician, have had the top of the pops albums. What have you done? Not impressive. Nothing there to brag about. You play guitar in front of millions, the idol of millions. You know you're worthless. And warriors certainly know you're worthless, because your path with heart is not in service to something bigger than you. Now, we're not talking about being a church organist or something in service to God. We're not talking about that. I won't give you more details than this, because this paradigm is something you must discover on your own. What does it mean for the first time in my life to consider something that I do to be in service to something bigger than me? If you think God is bigger than you, you've got psychological problems. You have been brainwashed to a degree that you have no idea about. I recommend at least change that to goddess. At least. In service to the goddess, an all-powerful, omniscient, omnipotent being. That is the goddess. You will be much closer to understanding what it means to have a path, that your path with heart must conform to being in service to something bigger than you. That's the first one. Okay? Let me give you an example so that it's not so vague after all. For example, someone who has spent their life, invested their life in being a classical singer. Now, in order to be a good classical singer, you have to surrender yourself to the art. You have to. However, this example isn't complete because most people train to aggrandize themselves. I want to be a star one day. I want to be loved by the millions. I've spent my whole life doing that too. That is a very low ceiling. The same training, if you undergo and you offer that to a divine force within you that is propelling you to do that, then you're starting to understand, right? So whatever it is, your talent is, that you feel is the path with heart for you, it must be offered up, permanently offered up to be in service to something bigger than you. This is the best way I can put it. It's already, a very subjective point, but it is the first point. That your path with the heart must conform to this. Second one, escalating in difficulty. It must force you to evolve, elevate as a person. Not as an artist. It's not, for warriors, it's not good enough that you became better and better as a singer, right? Because you followed your path with heart. It must force you to evolve as a person, as a being. It must force you to evolve. You must, a path with heart has many challenges. And the greatest challenge is accepting that it leads nowhere. It has no point except that which you give it. It is a pointless thing to do. But your alternative is what I described before. If you're a woman, your alternative is a single mom cleaning toilets. That path the parasite is laid out for you. Or equivalent of cleaning toilets, getting paid slave wages. Right? If you're a man, your fate is deplorable indeed if you're not following your path with heart. You'll be lost in sex change, wanting to be a woman, or on the other hand, growing a fucking beard trying to look like a Viking because you see too much TV, Game of Thrones, little dick, big beard. Your fate is deplorable indeed. A path with heart is what will give you spine. You're a man, you want to be a man, you want to be that big Viking, Thor, you want to be Thor? Yeah, follow your path with heart. Let it evolve you as a person. For you men, let your path with heart grow you from a 10-year-old emotional retard to an actual adult human male. Of those, there are fewer and fewer as time goes by. I have not yet met one woman who will disagree with what I just said. All women experience men as emotional retards. Why is this? Why are there no mature men left? My gay best friend isn't good enough for women, is it? He's my gay best friend, he understands me. That's not good enough. You rise up and let your path with heart mature you. It's painful. It's painful because you have to stick with it. Your entitlement goes out the window. You don't get to be an entitled little shit anymore. You get to grow up. For women, you don't get to prostitute yourself to the system anymore. You get to stand up and say, no. No. Ain't gonna happen. Of course, there are practical aspects to living, I understand that. But the principle remains the same. Many have done it in the past, and so can you. Second, so let's recap. The first one, your path with heart must serve something bigger than you. The second one, your path with heart must force you to grow and evolve through many challenges. A battle of attrition, just the sheer sitting down and practicing every day, training. Path with heart, let me tell you, is associated with one word alone. That's it, training. You're always just training. You're obsessed with training. What do you think Usain Bolt does with his life? He trains. His path with heart is running, right? Michael Jackson, his path with heart was singing and dancing. What do you think he was doing 24 hours a day? If he wasn't thinking about it, he was doing it. Bruce Lee, these people are obsessed. If a Bruce Lee can be born in this world, why can't you be the next representative of your particular path with heart? Why can't you be that? What makes you accept your own self as small and weak? Makes no sense, does it? Makes no sense. You have listened to your inner victim for far too long. Far too long. No one told you not to hang around with your inner loser. No one told you this. Because we become the company we keep. Third point. Escalating in difficulties is the most difficult thing to do. I'm telling you this. It is nearly impossible. But it can be done. The third point of a warrior's path with heart is that it must be more important. It must take priority over everyone who accompanies you in your life journey. This is very tough to do. Very tough to do. Because kids always come first. this mother comes first, daddy comes first, husband comes first, wife comes first, girlfriend is always coming first, boyfriend, girlfriend. Why do you think there's so much pedophilia in the white man's world? Pedophilia is a Roman, it's a Latin word. There literally doesn't, I verified it, you can verify it too. There literally doesn't exist a word equivalent to that in any other language. Why is that? Because that horrific thing is not even known in other cultures, indigenous cultures. But it is, the Western white has a word for this. The Western white Roman, Neo-Rome, pedophilia. If you're gonna go around calling each other girlfriend, baby, boyfriend, what do you think the world's gonna become? Your lust will not stop at adults anymore. If you're gonna call it, that's black magic. When you think someone will call me their boyfriend, it's impossible to think of, right? Why would you accept that black magic, and why would you speak that black magic on someone else? Don't do it. Don't do it. Think. Value yourself enough to think. What are you doing? What am I doing? Think what you say. So your path with heart, the first, third point is that it must be more important than anyone who accompanies you in your life journey, which means that an earthquake is coming, but you're going to sit and practice. Everyone else is dead. You're going to say, yeah, their funerals can wait. I got practice time right now. That's a path with heart. That's a path with heart. Your path with heart comes first. Everyone's cursing you for being a heartless fool, and you going, yeah, that's all well and good. My practice comes first. Now, there's a few other points that is a life, so these are the paradigms and principles. Now, the life evidence that you're on a path with heart is that you must earn either partially your income or your total income must come from your path with heart. That money is your life evidence that it's path with heart. It's important enough to you. If it's just a hobby, you're into windsurfing or some whatever, or you like to go camping and you think, yeah, I've got my path with heart. No, that's just a distraction. You're trying to find relief from the stress of your own life. That's all it is. It's just a distraction. It's just stress relief. That's not a path with heart according to Toltec warriors. Path with heart has these attributes attached to it. And unless these attributes are ticked, you cannot call it a path with heart. You can call it a distraction, a hobby, whatever. But it's not a path with heart. It's not. Your path with heart must earn you money. You must be out there in the marketplace offering your services, whatever they are, for hire. It must be exchanged for money. It must be offered to a power bigger than you. It must be far more important than all your loved ones, right? Of course, there are priorities. Your children, as I've always said, they are priorities. But your life must revolve around your path with heart. There's a fantastic Sanskrit word called sadhana. Sadhana. If your path with heart isn't a sadhana, it's not a path with heart. As simple as that. You're better off without one. Just work for other people, make some money, feed your children and your wife, and live out the life of just a nonsensical person, really. All right. And the last point I didn't mention is that it must force you to evolve as a person. That path with heart will take you on a journey of a lifetime. It must force you to evolve. Now, there's a secret paradigm that ties all these together, and it's the starting point of a path with heart. A warrior starts with that. You start with that secret point, the rest will come easy, or they will be easier. Without that point, you can forget about it. It will be it will be impossible for you to embark on a path with heart. It will be impossible. That secret point is for the attendees of today's live. And so I encourage you, YouTubers, go and sign up, thenagualzone.com. Come and attend these lives. Put your money where your mouth is. Freeloaders, you get what you pay for. Attendees, they get what they pay for. With that, walk in freedom. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.